I took care of Graydon when he was admitted, one of the first times he was admitted in his whole journey. When he was admitted, he had a lot of complications and they weren't quite sure what was going on. But in the end, he ended up needing a transplant, which Mom told all about on Facebook, and he is now thriving and doing great. And he had this little stuffed monkey that he loved, and it was his precious little lovey that he constantly felt on, and he loved it. And my kids had one of those at home. My kids had never played with it. And so I was gonna bring that to them since it meant so much to them, because they said they had searched for another one and they could never find one. And so when I went back to work that next weekend, he wasn't a patient there because they had transferred to St. Louis to get different care. So I thought, well, that stinks that I didn't get to give that to them. But I had followed them on Facebook because Mom posts their journey on the Facebook and updated as many times as she could. A few years later, they were admitted back to Women's and Children's Hospital, and I thought, oh my goodness, I could give them the stuffed animal again. And so I thought, if I can go find that stuffed animal, I knew where I had a whole bin of stuffed animals that my kids loved. So I opened the lid up and I moved one stuffed animal, and it was one of the first ones on the very top. And so the next day I gave that to them, and they were so surprised that I had remembered that. But I felt like that was awesome, and I was so happy to do that. When you go through difficult times with families and with patients, you kind of form more of a bond with them since you're going through struggles with them, and I think that's how it was with them, since they were so concerned and anxious in the very beginning because they didn't know what was going on. And so I just wanted to make them feel great, and Graydon was just the sweetest little boy. He still is the sweetest little boy. And so I just love taking care of them.
At that time, my husband and I both were teaching, and we knew we both couldn't take off at the same time, so that left me at the hospital or him at the hospital by ourselves. And on one especially trying day, Ashley was there and was so supportive and compassionate to myself and to our family and Graydon.
We'd spent quite a bit of time in the hospital and had multiple nurses come in and out of our lives. Ashley Cruz was a nurse that we remembered. And one of the reasons we remembered Ashley was because she remembered us. She took a moment out of her time to get to know our family and to get to know Graydon, to care for him as she would have cared for her child. I just want to thank her for touching his life and touching ours, and being such a wonderful nurse and being so caring.
I can't recommend another nurse that has been more caring and sweet and compassionate to her patients and to our family, and that's why we nominated Ashley.
There's so many patients and so many families that we interact with and that go through the doors and we take care of, that we get thank yous, but it's really nice to know that we are being recognized and appreciated for the things that we take the time and really care about doing.